Welcome to an example in which we are graphing an inequality and give the interval notation for the solution. We have to use two zeros as in octopus, right? Two O's, not zeros, but O's, two O's. So it's the letter O, not the number 0. Two O's for infinity, and U for union as needed on this question. So that's what we're trying to do. So let's get to it. We're going to need to solve both parts of this thing. So how does it actually work? So we're going to solve each one separately. Let's bring this down. Minus 6x minus 7 greater than 17, and then we'll put, let's put this one over here. Okay, minus 7x minus 9 less than or equal to 12. Okay, so we just got to solve each of these separately. There's the wall. So let's just get x alone. Let's just get x alone. So to get x alone, you got to add 7 to both sides. And this cancels, and we get minus 6x, just bring this down, is greater than, was that 24? And then divide by minus 6. Now remember what has to happen when you divide by minus 6. How does that actually work? What are we gonna do there? Well, the truth is we have to, you might remember, we have to flip the symbol. So this symbol needs to flip the other way. Flip the symbol when you multiply or divide by a negative. So when you multiply or divide by a negative, you must flip the symbol, as I just flipped it the other direction there. That's really important. It's super easy to forget that. So there's our answer there. Keep the or in the middle. What happens on the other side? Same kind of thing. And oops, got the wrong tool there. Add that here. Let me just change the color, maybe easier for you to see. Okay, so add the 9 to both of those. Like that. Cancels out. Bring this down. Minus 7x less than or equal to 21. Okay, and then divide by negative 7, but there it goes again. What am I going to do? Got to flip that symbol. Cross this one out. Got to flip it the other way because, again, I'm what? I'm dividing by a negative number. So what do we got? X is now greater than or equal to, and this is negative 3. Okay, so what does that mean? How are we gonna do that? Well, we're going to have to graph it first on the interval. What does this part say? X is less than or equal to negative 4. Oh, sorry, less than, just straight less than. So I'm going to go open dot here, shading this way, right? Because the X is less than negative 4. Open dot, because you're not going to put a solid dot there, because it's not equal. If it was equal to negative 4, then I would put a solid dot because it would be right on, to be equal, be right on negative 4, but it's not. It's only less than negative 4. So you drill out, open dot, the negative 4. Okay? And how do you say that part? Remember, you say left edge, right edge. What's the left edge? Negative infinity. It goes left forever, and the right edge is negative 4. So there's the first part. Negative infinity, negative 4, parenthesis, because that's the same as an open dot, right? If this was a solid dot, because this was equals, then this would be a bracket, because you'd be straight on the negative 4. But it's not, right? It's not equal to negative 4, so it's an open dot. It's not equals. It's an open dot, and it's a parenthesis. Okay, and now the other side is what? This x greater than or equal to negative 3. So that would be right here at negative 3, solid dot, because that's equal, and it goes to the right forever. X is greater than, bigger than, right? And So interval notation, that goes, the left edge is clearly -3, the right edge is clearly right forever, infinity. So we're going to go, and that's bracket -3 to infinity. Infinities always get a parenthesis because you're never straight on infinity. We're straight on the -3 though, right? Because we have equals, we have a solid dot, we're straight on the -3, and we have a bracket straight on it. Whereas the -4, we're not equal to -4. We're less than, so we're open dot. We're not right on the -4, and we have a parenthesis again because we're not straight on the -4. And in the middle, you got to put a U, because you're saying that the answer is those two regions united. Now there's a couple of ways you can do it. There's a in the palette, when you click on the thing, if you go over to the when you click on the palette, the answer palette, on the answer palette, you will see something that has a, if you go over, click over from basic and go over to the interval palette, down there you'll see a U. In fact, maybe it'd be best if I just showed it. Let me just go there real quick while you watch my screen. There we go. I'll just go there real quick. Should have thought of this before. All right. So I'm almost there. Let's see. Yeah, this is good. All right. That's your homework. Yeah. Okay, and we're talking about number 4. There it is. Great. So watch when I click on this right here. So do you see this little palette that just opened up? Can you see I just clicked on the answer, and this little palette just opened up. And you see if I go over to interval, see this right here? Basic, interval, See the U right there? Boom. There's your U that you've got to put in between the two answers. That's what I'm talking about. So you get, when you first, let me erase this. So when you first click on your answer, put in your interval. So first go up here and do your graph answer. But then when you click on the palette, this opens up. Go over to interval, and there's your U, and your parentheses and brackets and all that kind of stuff if you want to use that as well. So there we go. That's how you give that answer. Here's the interval notation answer with that U from the palette, and there's the number line answer. So the OR has those two separate regions like that.